Shalom. Our praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Harakah, Kwadash, giving double honors to all the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and salutes to all 144,000 elect out there. We are coming back at you with another lesson. Land backing of News and Prophecy, Food Defiled by Remnant Saved 144. That's Elder Yashuamba. Hit Daddy's Camp. That's his channel. So I was watching his video. I found he made some interesting points. How they're using food today. How they're using food today, and along with many other things. But in this video, it's he focuses on the foods and making some good correlation as far as the precepts. So I'm gonna watch a bit of this video. And he also mentioned how they're using foods to bring in the New World Order. So I found some of this, watch the video, watch the whole video, or subscribe to the channel and be edified. We're gonna hear a little bit of this, and then we're gonna get some precepts.
Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rahakorash. Double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations, as always, to the elect. Another episode going into news and prophecy, linking the things that are going on throughout the four corners of the earth to the Holy Scriptures, be it biblical prophecy. All right, so that the faithful elect, the remnant, can know that the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai are faithful and true, all right, and can root themselves in the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, all right, so that they can be stable through these dark times, all right, as we are in the straight gate, all right, and as prophecy said, all right, this devil will come down with great wrath. And one of the ways that he's come down with great wrath, all right, is his ability to hijack, control of the foods, that the mass majority of the people have access to, all right, and make it into his own creation, right, which goes, contrary to how the Heavenly Father created the foods to go with our genetic makeup, which is making us sick, all right, weaker, as the scripture said. Let's get that in the book of Second Ezra, the 5th chapter. Well, we'll start here.
Yeah. So he makes an interesting correlation here. I find interesting. Like I say, it's quite a long video, 1 hour and 16 minutes. I want to hit a couple of the bullet points, and we're going that I find interesting how he correlates how they're using food today and the precepts that it brings out as well. This particular one here. This is
That this devil
Daniel.
has implemented into the earth is what he's doing to the food. And through that, all right, the world, all right, and the people therein have grown weaker. Now let's get Daniel the 7th chapter.
Yeah, actually that was a good chapter. What you just looked at as well. Second Ezra's. Let's hear some more.
Power.
We can't do the whole of the video. It's too long, but just want to hit some of the bullet points and add my little 2 cents. But like I say, if you ain't already subscribed, Remnant Saved 144, subscribe and be edified.
Leasing, now the act of lying, lie, falsehood, and so forth. All right. So leasing is now at hand. All right, and one of the biggest falsehoods that this devil has implemented into the earth is what he's doing to the food. And through that, all right, the world, all right, and the people therein have grown weaker. Now let's get Daniel the 7th chapter. All right, which foretells all of these various kingdoms that will rule, even this one that we're in. All right, let's just get to the point. Daniel 7:25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High. Okay, the revival of Rome, the revival of the fourth beast, which we're living in. okay, from the Renaissance period till now, all right, marked this devil's little season to spread his madness. And what one of the things he would do is he would speak great words against the Most High, all right? And it's not just saying there is no God, all right? It's not just saying, the if there is a God, he was white. That's a part of it, right? But what he's doing to creation itself, what he's doing with gender, all right, all of these things are speaking great words against the Most High, all right, genetically modified foods, all right, and shall wear out the saints. Now, that word wear out in the Hebrew means to constantly harass, all right, and he, as we talked about at Camp Friday, he has studied you Israelites. He knows who you are, okay, and for years he's captured you and studied your DNA makeup and your genetic makeup, and he knows what turns it left, what makes it go crazy, what makes you sick, and anything that's readily available to you Israelites, all of us, all right, it is tainted, all right, in a way to take you backwards because you are what you eat. So if he genetically alters the food, all right, what do you think that's doing to you? All right, so that's a big part of why we're so wore out. All right, and yeah, it affects the other nations as well, but the target is you Israelites, as it says in the book of let's get Psalms 64 real quick, and then we'll get into the lesson. Psalm 64 and 5. All right, and this is a part of the secret counsel of the wicked. It says they encourage themselves in an evil matter, they commune in laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? All right, and they're being found out, which is why we're seeing all of these enchantments and the rush to establish what they want. All right, it says they search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search. All right, both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart, which we know the Hebrew word for heart is mind, is deep. The heart is deep. All right, these are not. All right, when we say these people are evil and Satan, this is just not a regular saying. This is not a regular devil. This is a very, very deeply rooted, wicked group of people. All right, and it's the elites. All right, your everyday Edomites. All right, they're a threat. Yeah, but at the end of the day, they're degenerate and through just like us. All right, these regular everyday Edomites ain't got nothing, going for themselves. The elites, the ones who have the ability to put, all right, this, you know, this restaurant
Yep.
in your neighborhood. All right, well, at this restaurant, at these fast food restaurants, where does the food come from? All right, who, they study what nations of people live in these areas, and they make sure that nothing but filth, all right, nothing but confusion, nothing but things that take you backwards are being fed to you. All right. And again, yeah, it affects other nations. All right. But the diligent search that they've accomplished, all right, is to cast the elect away from their excellency. As a matter of fact, let me look that up here real quick.
So let's hear one more.
Everything foods, they know how to get you to die slow and your body become a racket for their system, for their purpose. Now, this article here, a system, all right, to go and buy and sell. All right, that's what they're going to want once this system collapses. They're going to want people begging them for the solution. And we know what the solution eventually is going to be is that charagma. All right, but they've accomplished a diligent search. They've studied, all right, you Israelites to a T, and they know what to put in the foods. They know how to get you to die slow and your body become a racket for their system, for their purpose. Now, this article here, as you can see, is off of the Guardian.
All right, man. Just gonna hit one more point, and then we're gonna hit some precepts and end it off. but how the correlation of this, the precepts that he uses is let's go back to this, how he breaks this one down. Yeah, this is Daniel 7 and 25, and then we're going to hit some precepts.
Doing to creation itself, you know what he's doing.
Yeah, because the one he recently looked at was in Psalms 64, and had a search, a deep search. They're scientists. They're not just the average people. They're not just average people. They're elite. The elite of the East, left on the left hand side. They're not just average Joes, man. They're deep. They study the science of us. They studied us inside out. So they're deeply wicked in wickedness, deeply rooted in wickedness. And it is real. It is a conspiracy. It is actually in progress now, today. Let's hear this one more time.
That will rule even this one that we're in. All right, let's just get to the point. Daniel 7 and 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High. Okay, the revival of Rome, the revival of the fourth beast, which we're living in. Okay, from the Renaissance period till now, all right, marked this devil's little season to spread his madness. And one of the things he would do is he would speak great words against the Most High, all right? And it's not just saying there is no God, all right? It's not just saying, you know, if there is a God, he was white. You know, that's a part of it, right? But what he's doing to creation itself, you know, what he's doing with gender, all right, all of these things are speaking great words against the Most High, all right, genetically modified foods, all right, and shall wear out the saints. Now, that word wear out in the Hebrew means to constantly harass.
Right, yeah. The word wear out in the Hebrew means to constantly harass. And it's not just the food, it's not just the basics as far as is there a God and the color of God, but it's the science. They're going into the science of it, wearing out the saints. So that's why all of us, we all got our own testimonies we can speak of being worn out. So he's hitting on some of the points, some of the bullet. We just hit on some of the bullet points. Now we're going to get into some precepts. The point that he made about the actual meaning of what does it mean to wear out the saints. Daniel 7 and 25, which he mentioned it, but I want to go into it. What does it mean to wear out? Shall wear out. Page 1080. Yeah, to wear away, wear out, to harass constantly. That's it. That's the word there in the Hebrew, to harass constantly. And that's what we're being right now. We're being harassed. We're under the yoke, behind enemy lines. We're being harassed constantly. There's another word that just come to me. They call that word profiling. Yeah, profiling. When someone's profiled, they pursue them and they harass them. Profiling. And yeah, he made the point that it's in certain areas which are where Jake is. Yeah, mainly you got the northern tribe, you got the southern tribe, but mainly in among Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. That's who they're targeting mainly. But everybody's getting a slice of the cake, you know, everybody. But that's the target. So to harass constantly, that's the word right there. He made the point. I just wanted to touch on it and bring out my own 2 cents on it. We've got a couple more precepts. Some of them he touched on. We're just gonna go over them because how they're using food today, and it's something that none of us can escape. None of us can escape that. Verses Psalms 2, is it 4? That's the one. Psalm 62 and verse 4 says, they only consult to cast him down from his excellency. They delight in lies. They bless with their mouth, but they curse inwardly. Right, man. They only consult to cast him down from his excellency. Mainly we're talking about here, talking about the tribes, man. You know, northern tribe and southern tribe, but everybody's getting a slice of the cake. Everybody's under that yoke, being worn out, but the targets are the 12 tribes who's going to this, seeking to cast him down from his excellency. From his excellency. H7661. Right, from his salvation, from his dignity, swelling, uprising, to cast him down from his elation or cheerfulness, to bring down from elation or cheerfulness, to be accepted. That's the word there. From his highness, from his, and that's it. And that's just the point right there. To bring Jake down, man. Go back to that precept again. The word we looked at and what Elder Yeshua brought out, to wear out the saints of the Most High. Yeah? The comparison to wear out the saints of the Most High. The saints are Yeshua Allah. You know, and we're the targets, we're the saints. Ultimately, the elect are the saints. And they're targeting us. From his excellency, to wear out the saints from his excellency. So that's the point right there. I just thought there was some interesting points he brought out. And now let's hit a couple of these precepts. Ecclesiastes 5 and 9, starting from 8, says, if thou seest the oppression of the poor and the violent perverting of judgment and justice in a province, marvel not at the matter, for he that is higher than the highest regardeth, and there be higher than they. Yeah. So the Most High is aware of it. The Most High is hearing our cries, just like he heard the cries of the Egyptians, man. Those who are in Egypt, those who are under the yoke of the Egyptians. When we were all in Egypt, he said he heard our cries and he's going to come to our aid. Going to answer the cries of, and that's exactly what he did. He delivered us out of Egypt, man. You know, through the Gulf River of Suez, led by Moses. So that was the actual, some of the deliverances that we have been delivered from, because the Most High was aware of it. It says, if thou seest the oppression of the poor and violent perverting of judgment and justice in a province, marvel not at the matter. Right, don't marvel, man. You know, don't be dismayed, don't be discouraged. For he that is higher than the highest regardeth his seat, and there be higher than they. So he sees everything, man. His eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. So there's a word here, marvel not. Marvel not. Moreover, reading on to 9, moreover, the profit of the earth is for all the kings himself. We start from the top. Moreover, the profit of the earth is for all the kings himself is saved for by the field. And that's the point that he made as well. You know, in our kingdom, we're going to get the fruits of the earth. It's going to start to yield its fruits. Right now, it's barren. And all this GMO, Monsanto, also you got the MSGs, what they do to flavor the food. And if you do research on that, this is not medical advice, do research on MSGs and the damage that it can cause. And Elder Yeshua went into some of the GMOs, you know, doing some research about the GMOs and the damage that can cause to your body, making, you know, highlighting the point of how they're wearing us out via the foods. And food is a big weapon, using it against us, using the foods to wear us out, to cast us down from our excellency, to oppress us, and to bring in their new world order. So one word here: marvel, marvel not. Marvel not. Okay, marvel. HAT539. Yeah. So to be, so be not astounded, be not amazed, and your initial reaction is in the flesh. You are going to be amazed. You know, the things that you've seen in your own life, things that you see now, the judgments that are taking place, the the Psalm 64. You know what I mean? They search out a diligent search Psalm 64 to cast him down from his excellency, man. They are wickedly wise, right? It's a science that they use. They studied us, you know. They're confederate against us. They study us. So that's what they use. They use their science on the left-hand side to cast us down from our excellency. That's why brothers are going through it, man. Brothers are going through it. You know, the whole house is going through it right now. Abu Razar, you know what I mean? We carry on, we endure to the end, man. For those that endure to the end is the ones that will be saved. So be not to marvel not, be not amazed. You know, just carry on, stay on the grind, stay in your lane, stay on the grind, and work on your strengths. Abu Razar, the Most High will aid you in all other areas. Abu Razar, he aids us in all other areas. But continue to work on your strengths. And don't be dismayed, man. Don't marvel, it says there. So we'll end off now. Some interesting points of view the elder brought out. I'm just lambacking off some of the precepts that I find edifying myself. Here's another one here. The reign of the Lord's anointed. Yeah, why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together. Here we go. Against the Lord and against his anointed. Here we go again, man. That's it. You know, against the Lord and against his anointed. So that's there is a confederacy against the targets are the 12 tribes, man. Yeah, they search out a diligent search, and they confederate against us. The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and his anointed. Right, there you go. Saying, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cord from us. There you have it, Akim. There is a confederacy, man. There is a conspiracy, and we know it. We go through it every day. So they can't, you know, they're gonna say what they're gonna say, but Yashra Allah, we've been through it, man, you know. So let's hit that word there. Let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cord from us. That's what they're seeking to do. Break. Right, that's it, man. They want to try and separate us, to draw us away, trying to separate us from our power, to tear out, to tear up, to tear away. But Abu Razar, he that endures to the end is the one that will be saved. To tear off, to pull off, to draw or pull off. That's the plan, right? All to bring in their new world order. And there's many other ways that he's coming at us. He's coming at us with one of the main ones is the food, the GMOs, the GMSs, the GMOs, what they do, the you might call Frankenstein foods, and what they're putting in the air, right? We know about the chemtrails, what they're putting in the air, and brothers are going into that. What they're doing to the what the chemtrails do to the earths, and the leafy greens, and the trees, and the plants, and the earth, and we have to you know, eat what comes out of the earth. So these are some of the things that they're using, man, you know, and the water. These are just some of the things. So that's what they're seeking to do, to let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cord from us. Right, but one more. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh, the Lord shall have them in derision. That's ultimately going to be their outcome. They won't be in derision. You know what I mean? It's going to come back round on them. Yeah? But even though they're targeting us, they're going to, whatsoever man soweth, that he shall reap. It's going to come back round on them. The Most High sitting up in the heavens and laughing. Yeah, some more edifying precepts. Abaratazar, God's controversy with Israel. So this is Hosea 4, starting from the top. That's the one. Yeah, from the top. Hosea 4:1 says, Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel, for the Lord have a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth. Right, man. And we know that. There is no truth, no mercy, no knowledge of Yahweh in the land. That's right, man. So the Lord has a controversy with this land, for that very same reason. Right? For those same reasons. Yeah, truth, no mercy, no knowledge of Yahweh. And that's the effect of the earth. He made the point as well, Elder Yashuamba also made that strong point. That is why the earth is how it is today. The earth and everything living in the earth and surrounding of the earth. That is why the earth is the situation why it's in today. Ultimately, because there is no knowledge of Yahweh. The controversy, let's look at that word. Abarazar, this is edifying. Like I say, I just found I found the video edifying, going into prophecy and defiled food. Remnant saved 144. So I'm just backing off some of the bullet points out of that video. The word controversy says. So H 73, 79, controversy. Right, the Most High is striving, yeah, controversy, a dispute. Most High gonna come back and he gonna dispute. Who's he gonna dispute for? What comes to mind is what the barristers do in court. The barristers, the solicitors, the barristers, the lawyers. That's what they do, man, and that's what Yahushua is doing for us. You know, he's doing it for us. Actually, he's doing that for us now, pursuing to Romans 8 and 33, and also Psalms 110. Yeah, he's at the right hand side now. He's actually pleading, making an intercession for us to Yahweh. Yahushua is making an intercession for us to Yahweh, but when he returns, he's gonna have a dispute, controversy. He's gonna strive with the earth, and that means the elite of the earth, those who are in charge of, those who are ruling the earth. It's supposed to be looking after the earth. That's the dispute that he's got. That's what the dispute that Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua has with those who's supposed to be taking care of the earth. So that's just the point right there. Dispute. That's the point. Case of law. Case of law. Enough said on that, man. I just wanna read that in KJV or one of the other translations. NKJV says, Hear the word of the Lord, you children of Israel, for the Lord brings a change. Let that one settle. Let that one settle. Let that one marinate. Brings a change against the inhabitants of the land. That's what we're praying for. That's what we're working towards. Abarazar. We endure to the end. Change against the inhabitants of the land. So that's what. Why? there is no truth or mercy or knowledge of Yahweh in the land. That's why it's going to bring a change, man. That's why we keep. That's the motivator. You know, that fear of the Most High and the hope and the strong desire to see that change. Because there is no God, there's no knowledge of the Most High, there's no mercy, and ultimately they're not dealing with the Most High's laws. Right? Then they have no fear of the Most High. That is why. One more, NLT says, hear the word of the Lord, O people of Israel. The Lord has brought changes against you, saying, let me start again. The Lord has brought charges. Let me start from the top. Hear the word of the Lord, O people of Israel. The Lord has brought charges against you. Yeah, that's why we're in captivity today. Right? That's the first and foremost that applied to us. First and foremost. But we're under the yoke of the ease, and we're coming near to the end of our slavery, and they're in charge of us. We're under their yoke. So the Most High, now this applies to the elite of the earth today. When Yahushua returns, right? Ultimately, the first fulfillment was Yahshua Allah. He had a controversy with us, man. Now we're serving out our time, coming to the end of our slavery. Reading on, the Lord has brought charges against you, saying there is no faithfulness, no kindness, no knowledge of Yahweh in your land. So that's why we went into slavery. Deuteronomy 28. That's why we went into slavery. We didn't acknowledge the Lord, His laws, the Most High's laws. We started to bow down to other gods, worship other gods, follow the heathen ways. The Most High brought charges against us. Now we're coming out to the end of all of that, serving our time, because we did the time, we did the crime, so we served out our time, coming to the end of that. Now this here applies to those who have us in captivity right now. So that's why we're looking forward to that. For the Lord brings a change against the inhabitants of the land. The Lord, not long now, man. So some interesting points I just wanted to land back off of the video. Prophecy, the video titled News and Prophecy, Food Defiled. Keep mentioning it, but yeah. Subscribe and be edified. Remnant Saved 144 bar. News and Prophecy, Food Defiled. So here's the last precept to touch on, because we're not ignorant of why we're going through what we're going through. This was all prophecy, right? This is all part of the movie, the Most High's movie. So Ezekiel's chapters 4 and he's starting 11 here. Yeah, here it is, 12. And thou shalt eat it as a barley cake, and thou shalt bake it with dung that cometh. Where we at? Yeah, that's the one. Cometh out of man in their sight, and ultimately he didn't have to eat man's dung. He ended up baking the bread with cow dung. But that was something that Ezekiel had to go through. When you read the whole story of the book of Ezekiel, full of action, full of drama, ups and downs, pain, and there was a lot of pain, but there was also a lot of gain. That's the stories of the prophet. A lot of pain, but at the end there's always a lot of gain. That's the story, that's the life of a prophet. So yeah, last one here. Thou shalt eat it as a barley cake, and thou shalt bake it in dung that cometh out of man in their sight. And the Lord said, even thus shall the children of Israel. Let me take my time, slow it down. And the Lord said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them. Alright, that's the reason why. That's the ultimate reason why we're going through what we're going through. That's why it puts us in perspective. This video, for me anyway, Abaraza, YouTube. This is what it is. This is what it's about. This is what it's about. This is the reason why we're eating this defiled food. It's all part of the movie and part of prophecy. But there has to be pain before we get the gain. There has to be pain before we get the gain. Abu Ratazar, that was edifying, man. You know, that is why we're here. That is the suffering we have to go. They're using a big thing here, among many other things. They're using food, among many other things. But that's what they're doing. That's why Jake, let me get back to it. That's why Jake, as the elder brought out. As a matter of fact, let him tell it. We're going to end with this. We're going to let Elder Joshua Ambar tell it. Going back to Daniels.
All right, which foretells all of these various kingdoms that will rule, even this one that we're in. All right, let's just get to the point. Daniel 7:25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High. Okay, the revival of Rome, the revival of the fourth beast, which we're living in. Okay, from the Renaissance period till now, all right, marked this devil's little season to spread his madness. And what one of the things he would do is he would speak great words against the Most High. All right, and it's not just saying there is no God. All right, it's not just saying the if there is a God, he was white. That's a part of it, right? But what he's doing to creation itself, what he's doing with gender, right? All of these things are speaking great words against the Most High. All right, genetically modified foods, all right, and shall wear out the saints. Now that word "wear out" in the Hebrew means to constantly harass. All right, and he, as we talked about at Camp Friday, he has studied you Israelites. He knows who you are. Okay, and for years he's captured you and studied your DNA makeup and your genetic makeup, and he knows what turns it left, what makes it go crazy, what makes you sick, and anything that's readily available to you Israelites, all of us. All right, it is tainted. All right, in a way to take you backwards because you are what you eat. So if he genetically alters the food, all right, what do you think that's doing to you? All right, so that's a big part of why we're so wore out. All right, and yeah, it affects the other nations as well, but the target is you Israelites, as it says in the book of.
So that's the point. That's the point, man. Yeah, we're the targets, and to wear out the saints means to constantly harass. And we looked it up, as well as the elder did mention it. But we also had to do our own research. Like Abu Azar did a little bit of research as well. So we concur. We relate to it. We all have testimonies of it being worn out, be constantly harassed. So Abu Azar, that was edifying, man. Abu Azar, that was edifying to all the elect out there, and what we're going through, we can relate to it. But Abu Azar, we can constantly, as we're being constantly harassed, we constantly keep fighting back through the power and the spirit of the Lord, and that we endure to the end, man. So the Wadat Yobashim Shap on the spirit on me to do this video. Shalom. We on to the next.